And we are here for an adventure.
Yes.
As people may have seen partially, we've been spending a lot of our time crafting a ridiculous home, and we decided that it would be a fun game to have Rob try and make his way through it. There are simple rules that we came up with. The only rules are you can't go anywhere once you're inside of the main structure that doesn't have a roof over your head.
Okay.
Any form of structure over your head is fine. You know, whatever it's...
If you can see the sky, you can't go there.
Yes.
Okay.
And you are going to be looking for a cake. There's only one cake in the entire house.
Okay.
And we are going to be watching to basically, see how this goes. But yes, you're going to be looking for a cake, and when you find it, that means you have won.
Okay.
So,
Sounds simple, doesn't it?
yes.
It does.
And I realize there's one small mistake that we have made in this point.
What's that?
We actually can't, teleport up to follow Rob in spectator mode.
Oops.
So we're going to have to wait to go into, or I'm going to wait to go into spectator mode until we're actually at the, top.
No, remember there is a way to do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can follow him, but I figured it would be more fun to use the teleporter. But,
We can teleport with the spectator command.
so, through the door,
Yeah.
and,
Somewhere there's a gatehouse.
Okay.
yes, there are direction signs, and if things get confusing.
Okay. I'm just looking at the massive structure in the sky.
Yes, that is our monster spawner.
Nice.
It is massively destructive, and, fun for the whole family.
Yes.
It's fun for hours.
Yes. And,
Well, I'm already getting caught on trees in the orchard. Off to a great start.
yes. I don't even know where you are, actually.
He's walking down the road.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm back on the road now, so.
Ah.
You may have overshot a little bit, Rob.
Okay. Back the other way?
Yeah, back the other way. One of the gate houses is located right here.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So, I don't know. Follow. Oh, eh. Damn, iron doors. So,
Okay. There we go.
alright, and there's a sign above the door.
Okay.
I guess that wasn't obvious enough.
Yeah. Well, either way, we're figuring the way out. This isn't like a professional map. This is us having,
Oh, no.
dicked around.
Yes. Okay. It looks like you can set maps at angles now?
Yes. So, up.
You mean
Yeah.
signs?
Yeah, signs. Ah.
And,
Hey, that's the biggest problem I've had so far, starting recording after midnight, so
yeah.
True.
that's pretty good.
And here's your teleportation device.
Okay.
I know.
And right now I'm standing inside everyone. Okay,
Yes,
there
so now this is the house. Feel free to explore, and you're looking for a cake that is somewhere.
we go. Okay, the cake of somewhere.
And for those who don't know, this is spectator mode, which means I can see through absolutely everything if I'm not careful.
Yes, I did not know spectator mode was a thing that exists.
Yeah,
They
neither...
introduced it in 1.8.
Yeah, I didn't know about it till when we were playing around finishing this up last night.
Oh, nice
I had-
decor.
Yeah. We spent a ridiculous amount of time decorating.
See that?
A percentage of this is legitimate. Because
Okay.
we realized that since it was purely for decorative purposes for this, it really didn't matter how much of it was, spot on.
Yeah.
Anything that we plan to use a great deal for personal resource is completely legitimate.
Okay, yeah, there is a ceiling there, so, but not there.
Yes. There was a bed there. It's gone now.
As I was about to say, and that's dead end number 1.
There will be a lot of those.
Just so you know, we didn't like intentionally put any dead ends in. It's just kind of how this all came together.
This is what
Yeah.
happens when you cram a ridiculous number of houses together all in one
Oops.
massive mess.
This is what happens when you go cloning a bunch of
Yeah.
structures from the countryside.
And it was amusing. Oh,
Oops.
yeah, that's why we said the no sky.
Yes. Yes, I'm trying to watch that as I go.
Not okay.
Wow, my frame rate's pretty lousy.
It may be because we're flying around behind you.
Okay.
I wonder. Because it's a little choppy for me, too.
It's actually a little bit choppy for me as well. It could just be because there's 3 of us.
It might be,
Yeah, could be just the size of the structure too.
Well, we don't really have problems noticeably under normal circumstances. I think it might be... It's not like the old days where there could be 4 of us on here at once and it still ran decently.
Yeah. The game has gotten a little bit more resource intensive over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although one of the selling points of 1.9 is supposed to be that it runs better on older computers.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about that.
On the other hand,
Point-
it's 1.9 where they've taken all the fun out.
Yes.
I was about to say, is 1.9 actually released, or is it still in beta, or what?
I think it's actually out at this point.
I'd recommend avoiding those teleporter pads.
Yeah, don't step on either of those. You'll just get thrown somewhere confusing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Though the potato does take you to the monster valve, I believe.
Maybe?
I think it does.
I can't actually look and see what the teleporter key is in this mode, so...
Yeah.
This place is huge.
Yes, it is. To the
Yeah,
point
yeah.
where we are constantly getting lost in it.
I can see why.
Wait,
Maybe
that-
that's a no.
Well, Jay more than me.
Yeah, Jay's getting
Even I
lost.
get my wrong turns.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Jay's getting lost a lot because my house is built. Oh yeah, and there's
Well, there is a roof there, but there's nowhere to go under it.
yeah,
Yeah, because the door is out from under the roof.
Yeah.
so-
That's an unintentional roof just because it's a crossover bridge.
yes.
Gotcha.
That happens, you know.
Yeah.
Wish that it could go spectator mode, but you were still affected by like wall physics. That way, you know, there would be.
I think that'd make it more difficult to use, though.
It would.
Well, I found the enchanting table.
Yes.
It's outdoorsy. I found the kitchen.
Well, it's the furnace room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way.
But it
There is a distinct kitchen somewhere in this structure.
yes.
Jump.
Ladders and carpet, you know.
Yeah, nothing works entirely as expected.
Okay, and that there's a roof.
But there's none over this little area.
Yes, the roof ends, so back. Down the ladder, please.
And this place, I don't know anything about XV's side of the house. It is,
Okay.
Well, I guess that's your first clue. You're in my side of the house now.
yeah.
Where the cake is not, presumably.
Well, I mean, I'm not, you get hints at certain marks,
Okay.
but that's, you know, if the need arises for it.
We plan for the worst to happen.
Yeah, because the last thing we wanted was this to get frustrating as hell.
And
So-
take 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah?
I'm aware of your progress level through the house, and you're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is actually what we kind of expected to happen, that you would just get this in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we're...
You know, the spirit of adventure, Rob.
Yes,
Yes.
we knew that somehow, given the house we get lost in, you would somehow magically end up heading somewhere, you know, is somewhat in the right direction almost immediately.
Like, I figure you can take the Rob out of the adventure, but you can't take the adventure out of the Rob.
Yes.
Also, close the door. We're breaking the barn.
Good point.
Ah, you found the potato room.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
And there's the fucking cake.
5
See,
minutes.
I knew when we were doing this last night, when we were setting things up, we've been recording for 10 minutes total. We had eventualities planned for if
45 minutes.
up to 45 minutes of getting lost. And I'm like, nah, he's gonna go directly in the direction of the damn cake.
Although, I will give you credit. I think you went to everywhere in the house except for one room.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty good.
We were expecting it to be a bit more confusing. Perhaps the carpet made it too easy.
Actually, no, I was just wandering around looking at the whole thing until I found not dead ends.
Well, that's...
That works too.
But, yeah, well... This place is one of the most ridiculous things we've built.
It's great.
Yes, now that the challenge is over, you should come outside when we find a door.
Yeah, let's find an actual door somewhere.
Here.
I don't even know where he is anymore.
I climbed the ladder.
Ah, good idea.
Well, we all found a way out.
Yes.
Yes, but the house itself, I don't know if I've actually showed it off in videos, so I probably should at this point, is, I think I figured out like 30 to 38 different buildings,
Wow.
all of which are crammed together in a random grid pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Can you really call this a grid pattern?
well, no, you can't. This is more like a crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, this is more like House Sudoku.
yes. In a random configuration that seems to work.
Rob,
Okay.
fly yourself up here
Uh-huh.
and just take a look at the whole damn thing.
I'm trying to remember how to change his game mode. It's either game mode... Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, I still remember IRC commands I learned 15 years ago too.
I still remember MS-DOS fucking commands, and I have never used them since.
Oh, DOS.
Yeah, but check this out.
It's enormous.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it was, we are expecting... Well, mostly we just started doing this because we were bored as hell. And we wanted to do something fun to confuse people and ourselves.
Well, the other thing too is like we wanted to build the huge monster spawner just because it was something that we'd never done before.
Yeah.
And once we had finished that, our village was, on the ground level below it. But there was no sunlight anymore, and it was kind of sad. So we
Yeah.
decided to just pick up and come up here, and then somehow that just kind of snowballed into
It's
let's get every weird structure we found and put it here.
I mean, there were still plenty more. We just completely ran out of any and all space.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did I mess something up?
Nah.
Just smoke from the torch where I landed.
Man, no. Landing, thankfully, cannot yet destroy anything other than wheat.
Yeah.
So,
Well, crops in general. So that's I wanted to make sure
What's
I was
this
landing on any of
teleport?
those.
oh yeah,
Anyways,
that's
if you want to come over here and teleport down, let's take you on a tour of the.
the villager ghetto. Because this is what we did over the past few days, over the past few nights off camera. Because,
Well, we did a lot of this on camera.
well, yeah, we did a lot of it on camera, but actually we did most of it on camera now that I think about it.
We did some landscaping off camera, but
And we finished the walls off camera because it was boring as hell.
yeah, kind of.
Hello, random bunny. I got a random bunny in here, and I don't know why. I just decided the village needed its own bunny. But the pride and joy of it all, of course, is... Oh, wait, it's over here. The villager market.
I call it the bodega, but
Yeah, the bodega, because, and I like that half of the villagers have wandered in because we've got all of the most useful villagers crammed into their own little cells. Because the butcher will trade, meat for emeralds, whatever. He'll trade emeralds for arrows, doesn't matter with our spawner. And, various things. But over here, more importantly, these guys trade zombie flesh or emeralds, give you emeralds for zombie flesh. And I actually had to set up a system, or a new system for our spawner. And I wonder if that's active, because the redstone may have turned off. Nope. I can still hear it going. But I actually had to come up with a way to sort it all down into our storage basement, because the chests up here were filling up too fast.
Okay.
So, if you follow me into this tower, and let me close the fence behind, and this teleporter right here on the bottom floor, take you into what's left of a dungeon.
stronghold.
Or stronghold, but over here, what I actually set up, because we have a really limited iron resource because of the restrictions we have on mining, is there's actually a dropper that just drops items like 30 blocks straight down, and then the hoppers at the top catch it,
Oh wow.
and slowly these chests will fill up, and each one, since a dropper will only feed into a chest when it's full, or a hopper will only feed into a chest that's empty, the exact opposite of what I meant to say, then these 6 chests will have to fully, and the hoppers will be able to fully fill before we have to worry about items backlogging on us.
Nice.
Because just about everything, I have no idea, and weird stuff ends up in there just because of the spawning parameters.
Yeah.
But,
I assume a witch fell in since there's a glass bottle.
Witches do occasionally generate from the monster spawner.
which is why in our spawn tower we have trapped a golem. We have named him Packlid.
Well, we had Packlid died. We had to.
Yeah, we had to teleport in, and
there.
we have to the north, we have a spare supply of golems that we can teleport a new one in from when we need one.
And by spare supply of golems, he means the remaining guards from the city we depopulated to fill our ghetto.
Yes, because we teleported in all of the villagers from a village I had walled in to the north. And of course we have our animals in case we need it. We've got ass and steed Buscemi,
Ah, yes, you were telling me about that.
and random cows and sheep in case they're important, and a single pig.
Of
I
course.
don't know why.
Yeah. And we may have to either move the golems slightly farther away, or just our village won't generate golems, but we were hoping it would.
It still might.
Yeah.
I think they might be too close.
Oh yeah, let me show you the monster valve down here.
Okay.
There is a teleporter that goes to this, but I can't remember where the other end is.
It's in one of the towers.
Oh, it's a blue carpet tower.
But since we have such a fast stream of monsters for what we have, we had to put a valve in here because we were worried about monsters causing a tremendous amount of lag.
We're also worried about the item backlog, too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so the fun part is sitting here watching all the monsters just get backed up, then removing the stop.
Mm-hmm.
But this is our world.
It's great.
And it's a shame that things weren't so, or well, actually it's, for me, more amusing that you got through it as fast as you did than it would have been if it took like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah. So, because the funny thing was, of all the routes you took, like, this place is way bigger than just the things you found. Interior-wise, it's hard to tell from the outside because everything is just kind of wedged together. But interior-wise, there is so much space. You picked one of the few routes that led as fast as possible.
Of
While still
course.
seeing most everything.
Yeah, while still seeing almost everything. I mean, what you basically missed were small side chambers and a couple things that I wedged in strictly because I thought it would make it more difficult, and you walked directly past them. Which,
Adventure Rob, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes. This, the red carpeted area, red and black carpeted area, I crammed in there just because I went, this is confusing. I mean, the point where I was getting lost in it. But, there's,
no,
I,
I knew when you went through the furnace room and immediately found the passage out of there
yeah.
that, I mean,
Yep.
it was over right then.
Yeah, and, well, that's done. There's,
But that's the part where I keep getting lost, and it's my own damn house.
the fact that you simply just wandered through. And there's random rooftops and random everything. It's been, I think we had as much fun constructing this.
Well, let me put it this way. We're up to 100 episodes
Yeah. Oh, we're up
on
to
this world.
104 so far.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's the record.
I think so.
Oh yeah, I think we normally quit in the early 90s or late 80s, on like the farthest we've ever been. I mean,
Wow, I am getting I have never seen virtual Moire patterns off of the wooden.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, where it's like, okay, there's so much wood here that it's actually warping slightly.
Yeah,
Well, if you look at it from the right angle, though, it makes wood grain.
Yeah, it does.
yeah, but just artificially generated optical illusion. It's amazing.